All right, good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this lecture. So, what we will do here is today we are going to talk about the Oracle networking basically in this session. So, we just wanted to understand how the database connections established to the users. Okay. So, if we take our databases in are in one location. Okay, this is in some XYZ location, and users are actually connecting to the databases. Okay, these are the users. Okay, who are actually connecting to the databases. Okay, users are connecting to the databases basically. This is the server in which we have our databases, right? So users will be connecting to all these databases. Okay, it could be like this or like this. Okay, how the users are actually getting connected to the databases? Users are in some XYZ location. Users are in some XYZ location. The server is in some XYZ location, and inside the server we have all these databases. Okay, and inside the server we have all these databases. So how are we actually talking to the database? Or I can say how how users are actually talking to the database. Okay, users are in some other location. Yes, database server is in some other location. Yes, and the users are actually connecting to the database. How users are actually connecting to the database? Like, for example, I am in one location, you people are in some other location, but we both are able to communicate with each other. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Let
yes.
me
Yes, sir.
let me let me talk to you people. Okay. Number two.
Yes, Tishun.
Hi. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Doing good.
Yes.
All right. How about number six? So number six is not available, which means I will not get any response. Huh?
Actually,
Number six, are you available?
yes, I'm available.
Then actually calling your name. Okay. Uh, so hi. How are you? Number six.
Yeah, good.
Good. All right. Nice. How about number eight?
Hi.
Hi. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. And number
Okay.
one,
Hi, Trishan.
hi. How are you?
I'm good.
Right. How about number nine?
I'm good.
I did not ask you anything. I just asked, is number nine available?
You're asking the same question to everyone, and I answered.
I did not ask you anything, right? So, anyways, thanks for responding. Okay. So this is how actually we are talking with each other because you people are actually in some other location. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You people are not in the same location. I am not in the same location as you people are, and you are in different locations. I am in a different location, but we all able to actually we all are able to talk to each other, and we are able to communicate with each other with the help of
Zoom.
Some application.
Numbers.
with the help of application
Application.
called Zoom. Okay, application
Application.
called Zoom. In the
Zoom
same way,
network.
users also will be using the application from their side only, right? Users are using the application from their side, and they're actually talking to the database. With the help of application, they are talking to the database. With the help of application, they are talking to the database, right? With the help of application, they're talking to the database. So with the help of application, I am talking to you. With the help of application, you are also talking to me. We both are communicating with each other with the help of application. But how are we able to connect? How are we able to connect with each other? With the help of?
Network.
Network.
Yes, exactly. Network. If there is no proper network, then obviously the communication problem will come. Communication establish will not happen. Only once the communication establishment will happen when there is a proper network. Everyone agree with me?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
Anna.
Yes,
Yes,
Trishan.
Allah.
Yes.
Yes, right? Because some people are giving weird answers, some people are giving nice answers, some people are giving basically how it happens is the way we listen. Okay, and if you people are able to hear my voice, you people will give the exact replica. If you people are not able to hear me, then you may or may not give a proper response, right? So it depends on people who are able to hear my voice. So I believe everyone are able to hear my voice, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, Anna.
Thanks for the reply. Okay.
Yes,
So now I have a question. Anyone can answer, or else like I can pick someone. I can pick someone so that we can talk. Okay. Let me pick. Whom can I pick? Yeah. Whom did I didn't call? Let me call number 7. Who is number 7?
Renuka Trishan.
Okay. Fine. Number 7. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, Trishan.
Okay. So how are you doing?
Good, Trishan. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Now my question to you is, I asked you a question. How are you doing?
Yes, Trishan.
So what did you respond?
I'm good, I replied.
Okay. Why you have replied is my question. Why? Or in which circumstances or in which situation are you able to reply to me? My question is,
Then how are you, right?
no. In which situation are you able to reply to me? When? When can you reply to me?
When I can listen properly.
Sorry, can you please come again?
When I can listen properly.
Exactly. Correct. That's the right answer. Okay. Number 2.
Yes, Trishun.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
How was your day today?
It was good.
Good. How is your health? All good?
Yeah, Trishun, I'm good. How is your
Great.
health?
Sorry?
How is your health?
Yeah, it's going okay. I think you people heard, right? So that's okay. So now, in which situation are you able to respond me back?
I was able to respond to you because I understood what you asked me.
Yeah, you understood, meaning you actually able to hear me properly. Yes?
Yes, I also know the language.
Sorry?
I mean, because I know the language, I'm able to understand.
Language that we are communicating with each other, right? Yeah, the communication, the language that we are able to communicate with each other, and at the same time, you are able to hear my voice properly, right?
Yes.
So when you are able to hear me, then you are able to respond to me back. Yes.
Correct. Yeah.
So now I have a question to you people. So are we both sitting exactly next to each other, or you are in different location? I am in a different location.
Different
location.
So probably I may be sitting in US also, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
sir.
It doesn't mean that Zoom application will work only in India. I may be sitting in US. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, right. You
Yes, Anna.
people might be sitting in India. I might be sitting in US, but we can talk to each other with the help of an application and a network. Agree?
Yes.
Agree, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Agree, Anna.
Agree. Yes,
Now,
yes, Roshan.
now there is one more scenario. Now I want to talk to number 11. Hello, number 11. Are you there?
Risham,
I think
you have assigned till 10.
I'm not assigned number 11.
So there is no number 11. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
There is no number 11 in the network. There is no number 11 in the network. So what is the terminology that I'm using? అర్థమవుతుందా terminology ఏం యూజ్ చేస్తున్నాను?
Yes, Trishan.
There is no number 11 in the network. అర్థమైందా?
Yes, sir. Yes, Anna.
Got it.
Yes, Anna.
So number 11 లేదు network లో. So when number 11 is not there in the network, will I get any response from number 11?
No.
No, Roshan.
No.
So I keep on asking like, hi, are you there? Are you there? Are you there? But will I get any response?
No.
Anna.
Very simple. Very simple. So this is how Oracle network works. Okay, this is how Oracle network works. Okay, and how this Oracle network works is, okay, so how this Oracle network works is basically yeah. So there is no number 11 in the network. So but still I'm trying to reach anamata. I'm trying to reach. Like, hey, are you there? Are you there? Are you there? I don't get any response. Am I getting any response from number 11?
No, sir.
No.
Very simple. So it's very simple as such. So now I have one more question. So here two scenarios. Scenario number 1, if you are in the network, I will get response. Scenario number 2, If you are not in the network, I will not get a response. Yes or no?
Yes.
Understood two
Yes, sir.
scenarios?
Yes.
Scenario number one, people in the network, I'll get a response. Scenario number two, people is not there in the network, I will not get a response. Very simple. Easily understandable, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Example is easy to understand.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I have last and final question so that I can actually start the actual networking session. Okay, last and final question. I'm asking you some question. I'm able to get the response. So you people are you people are responding to me. Okay, for example, let's take a phone call. Let's forget about the Zoom call for me. Zoom call for some time, for a minute. Let's take about a phone call. Okay. Okay, I'm calling number one. Number one, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. So for example, I'm calling you over the phone. Your phone is ringing. Your phone is ringing. You actually answered my call. So do you think we both should be side by side to talk over the phone, or can I be in some other location? You can be in some other location.
Yeah, we can be in
Different locations.
different
right?
location.
Okay, fine. Now you answered my call, and I am able to talk to each other. Okay, I'm able to. We both are able to talk to each other. Okay, and you are
Okay.
responding to me. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So now, when you will be able to respond to me, when you are able to hear my voice on the call, on the phone, when you are able to understand what I'm talking, you will be able to respond to me back. Yes or no?
Yes.
So what do we call? Now this question is a common question for everyone. What do we call you people as? People who are actually hearing my voice and responding me. What do we call them as?
Receiver.
Communication.
I will be the receiver, man.
Communication.
Listener.
Who is that?
Listener.
Listener.
Who is that?
Over.
Me, Trishan. Shravani.
Sorry?
Shravani Trishan.
Shravani, huh?
Yeah.
Very good. So we call you people as listeners. Understand? Everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ఇప్పుడు ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్ కి వెళ్ళి ఇంగ్లీష్ నేర్పించాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు కదా, రెస్పాన్స్ ఇస్తారని అనుకుంటున్నా. లిస్నర్ అంటే తెలుసా? లిస్నర్. లేకపోతే గూగుల్ ఓపెన్ చేసి సెర్చ్ చేసి చూపిమంటారా? లిస్నర్ అంటే మీనింగ్ తెలుసుగా. యూ పీపుల్ నో వాట్ ఈస్ ద మీనింగ్ ఆఫ్ లిస్నర్? People who are listening and then responding, they are called listeners. When you people will be able to respond to me back, when you people
When we are able
Then
to
we can hear you.
when you people are able to listen to
understandable.
me, when you people are able to listen to me, then only you will be able to respond to me. If you people don't listen to me, you cannot respond to me back. Yes or no?
Yes.
So
Yes, sir.
so the opposite person to me is a listener and I am the receiver. Yes.
Yes.
Great. So now for example, I am the user. For example, I am one of the user. I want to talk to number 1, or I want to talk to number 2, or I want to talk to number 3. I want to talk to number 4, whatever it could be. I want to talk to these databases. Okay, I want to talk to these databases. I am one of the user. So just like the same example I have given, I'm talking to number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. So when I'm able to talk to number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, I will be able to get response when my connection request will be listened by the listener. Listened by the
Listener.
అర్థమైందా? అర్థమైందా అందరికి? When my connection request is, you people try to understand. I'm trying to talk to you people, so you are able to listen to my voice and then you are able to respond to me back. So on the database side also, I want to talk to number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. But when actually I will get the response back, I will only get the response back only when listener listen to the connection request. There will be a listener on the database side. Got it? So on the database side, there will be something called listener. So everyone able to understand right now?
Yes, yes,
Yes.
Roshan.
Yes,
So
Sana.
on the database side, what will be there? On the database side, there will be something called listener.
listener.
Okay, there will be something called listener on the
Yeah,
database.
Roshan, I have an example. Can I share it?
Sorry?
I have an example. Can I share it?
You can, no problem.
Yeah, suppose if we call any bank, when you have any issues with particular bank account, if we call to them, sometimes we will receive only IVRS, and then they will route us to the particular customer.
You can actually take that, but that is again you actually connected to a phone call, right? You are getting some response, right?
Yes, yes.
That's okay. Anyways, example is an example. That's okay. No problem. Yeah, thanks. So, so my point is like, once the connection request, for example, how user is actually doing, user is actually trying to connect to the database. So
Yes.
when user is trying to connect to the database, first the request will go to the connection request will go to the listener, Like, I want to talk to you people, or I want to talk to someone. I'm calling someone. Okay. So if the opposite person is picking my call, then both will be connected on the call. If the opposite person is not picking my call, we will not be connected on the call. Agree, everyone?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
So,
Yes, sir.
so what this user is doing is, this user is actually trying to connect to the database, means user is doing a call. User is doing a call. What user is doing?
doing a call.
Doing
Okay.
a call.
What user is doing? Everyone.
Doing a call.
Sir, call.
User is doing a call to the database.
Database.
Yeah, user is doing a call to the database. Okay. So I am calling you. If you answer my call, we will connect with each other. If you don't
Yes.
answer my call, we both will not be connected with each other. As simple as such. So in the
Yes.
same way, user is doing a call. Now I am in one location, you are in some other location. Yes or no?
Yes.
So
Yes,
user
sir.
is in some location, user is in some XYZ location, database server is in some XYZ location. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Sana.
Now I am calling you. I am calling you. You answered my call. We both are connected. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
In the same way, user is making a call to the database. User is making a call to the database. And this call is called RPC. What do we call it as?
RPC.
PC.
Remote procedure call. What is this?
call.
Remote procedure call. Okay, this is remote procedure call. So I am connecting to you people remotely. I am not connecting to you people physically. I am not with you people physically. I am with you people virtually, online. Understand?
Yes,
Yes.
In the same way,
Yes.
user is not, for example, database server is in US. User is not in US. User is in India. Okay, user is not in US, user is in India, but user wants to connect to the database. How? User is making a remote call, remote procedure call, and this call, who will answer the call on the database side? On the database side, this call request will go to
Listener.
listener. Listener has to listen to the call and answer the call. Just like I'm calling you, you answer the call. In the same way, for a database, user is calling a listener of the database, or user is actually calling to the database. This call request is going to the listener. Listener has to listen to the call and accept the incoming request. Understand?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So once listener answers the call, when I say hello, you will be responding to me back as hello. Yes or no?
Yes, Sana.
Yes, sir.
User is calling the database. The request is going to the listener. Listener answered user's call and established the connection to the database. Understand?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Sana.
Yes, sir.
That is the importance of a listener. Now, if listener is not there, for example, will user be able to connect to the database?
No.
No.
No. Very simple. Very simple. It's very simple. This is one of the interview question. First,
Okay.
how user connection will be established? This is the interview question. How user is actually connecting to the database? User is making a remote procedure call to the database. Okay, and this call is actually handled by listener. Listener will actually take the incoming request and accept the incoming request and send the request to the database and establish a connection to the database. Understand? People who are having background noise can mute. Okay. So this is how database connection will be established by the user. And what is the networking path here? The networking component is listener. Listener is one of the networking component. Which side? Database side or client side? Client means user side. Which side?
Database side.
Yes. Listener will be on the database side. Now, what will be there on the client side? Client and a user. User side. What will be there on the user side? There is something called TNS. Entity?
TNS.
NS.
Okay. On the database side, listener is there. On the client side, TNS will be there. TNS ante enti? What is this TNS? Now, this database name is, for example, MX. MX అనేది ఒక database name. So this user wants to connect to which database?
MX database.
ఆ యూజర్ కి ఎట్లా తెలుస్తుంది MX database కనెక్ట్ అవ్వాలని?
By listening.
No. My point is, యూజర్ MX database కి కనెక్ట్ అవ్వాలని ఎలాగా తెలుస్తుంది? Or how user will give with the help of TNS. అర్థమైందా?
Okay.
సో ఈ డేటాబేస్ the database information అంతా TNS లో ఉంటుంది. TNS will maintain the database information. అర్థమైందా?
Yes, sir.
సో ఈ TNS నేమ్ సప్లై చేస్తాడు. యూజర్. ఓకే, ఇక్కడ MX ఉంది, HDFC ఉంది, ఈ సర్వర్ లో HDFC డేటాబేస్ ఉంది, ఈ సర్వర్ లో SBI డేటాబేస్ ఉంది. దేర్ ఆర్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ డేటాబేసెస్ ఉన్నాయి ఇక్కడ. కానీ MX డేటాబేస్ కే కనెక్ట్ అవ్వాలని లిజనర్ చెప్పాలి. దిస్ యూజర్ హ్యాస్ టు టెల్ ఐ వాంట్ టు కనెక్ట్ టు MX డేటాబేస్ అని చెప్పాలంటే ఈ TNS ఉండాలి ఇక్కడ. యూజర్ సైడ్, క్లయింట్ సైడ్, యూజర్ సైడ్ TNS ఉండాలి, డేటాబేస్ సైడ్ లిజనర్ ఉండాలి. అప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తారంటే యూజర్ కనెక్షన్ రిక్వెస్ట్ ఇస్తాడు. కనెక్షన్ రిక్వెస్ట్ వెళ్ళి లిజనర్ కి వెళ్తుంది. లిజనర్ కనెక్షన్ రిక్వెస్ట్ విని ఓకే విచ్ డేటాబేస్ TNS లో ఏ డేటాబేస్ కనెక్ట్ అవ్వాలని ఉంది? MX. సో ఇట్ విల్ ఎస్టాబ్లిష్ కనెక్షన్ టు ద MX database and make sure that the user is able to talk to MX database. అర్థమైందా ఇప్పుడు?
Yes.
So what are the two components of the Oracle networking? There are majorly two components in Oracle networking. One, listener on the database side. Second, TNS on the client side. అర్థమైందా? ఇప్పుడు TNS లో ప్రాపర్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ లేదనుకో, లిజనర్ కి కనెక్షన్ వెళ్తుంది కానీ ఏ డేటాబేస్ కనెక్ట్ అవ్వాలో అర్థం కాదు. అర్థమైందా?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
TNS లో MX అనే డేటాబేస్ ప్లేస్ లో MX బదులు AX అని పెట్టాడు. AMEX లో M మిస్ అయింది ఎగ్జాంపుల్. దెన్ యూజర్ కనెక్ట్ కాలేదు కదా డేటాబేస్ కి. అర్థమైందా మై పాయింట్?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Will not be able to connect to the database. So to establish a connection, these two files are very, very important. What are the two files? One, listener file on the database side,
And
TNS file on the
client
From the
side.
client side.
this is about the theory of Oracle networking. Now let's do practical. Are you people ready to do practical? Are you people ready to watch the practical?
Yes, sir.
Are you people sleeping?
No.
What is the full form of TNS?
TNS ki full form em lele gaani. People who are having the background noise, I clearly say once again about the class rules and restrictions. If you people are really interested, please do not sit in a place where there is a lot of background noise, which will be very irritating for the trainer actually. A trainer who is so passionate towards the subject and want to teach with a lot of enthusiasm will get diverted. So please do not do that. If you people are having any background noise, that's okay. not for me. You people don't unmute ante. Simple. And people who don't, I really appreciate people who are actually sitting in a separate room and listening to the class. Okay, that's how we have to. Just hardly half an hour, 40 minutes ఉంటుంది కరెక్ట్ గట్టిగా మాట్లాడితే 1 hour ఉంటుంది క్లాస్ అంతే కదా. Just for 1 hour concentrate. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And coming back, coming back to the topic. TNS ki full form em ledu. There is no full form for the TNS. TNS is like that only. A listener is like that only. So this is about the theory. So what we do now on the, we'll take 2 sessions. Okati database session, okati user session. Okay. So 1 second. Just give me 1 minute. Right, so let's deal with the practical now. So what is the practical? Practical is we'll take 2 sessions for which I need to start the server. Okay. Which server are we using? Any idea?
Pune DC.
Pune DC. Pune DC.
Seriously, I don't even know which server I'm using, but, so let me turn this on. Okay. And once the server is ready, we'll start the practical. So in the meantime, coming back to the theory part. So I said, like, we'll take one database session. Means we'll take one putty session of database. We'll take one putty session of user. We'll configure the listener. We'll configure the listener on the database side, and we'll configure the TNS on the client side. Okay. And then what we will do, we'll see how user is connecting to the database with the help of listener. And what I said, when a user is actually sending the connection request, the connection request will go to the listener. If listener is not there, will user be able to connect to the database?
No.
I'll prove it practically. Okay. And if in the TNS, if the database information is wrongly typed, or if the database information is wrongly configured, will the user be able to connect to the database?
No.
No.
So these are all these 2 things I'll practically prove today. And what is the solution also I'll show you. For example, if the listener is down, okay, for example, if the listener is down and user is not able to connect, there will be an error. So what we have to do as a DBA, I'll tell you. And if there is any TNS mistake that user has made, what a DBA has to do, I'll show you. Understand the practical part, right? What we are going to do?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Trushu.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. So the server is ready. So let me turn this on. DC. All right. That's Oracle. So which database, guys? What is our database name?
Pune DC.
No, database name. Database. Which database we have created?
SBI.
SBI. no?
Okay, fine. So let's deal with that. Okay. So our database is SBI. So first what we do ORA-INV. Okay, ORA-INV, SBI. Right? Fine. This is a database session. Which session is this? In our as per our practical database side. This is database side. We'll take one more session, a duplicate session. Okay. And okay, black is user session. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Trish.
Yes, Trushu.
Okay.
Okay. Now we'll differentiate it like this. Now Let me check if there is any user in the database. Did we create any user in the database, by the way?
No.
Guys, did we create any user in the database, by the way?
Yes.
Database is down. I'm starting the database now. It says idle. So I'm starting the database.
Starting, yes.
How to configure a listener on the database side and how to configure a TNS on the client side. That is what today's session is. Okay, database is open. Good. And now what we have to do? We have to configure. First, we have to check whether there is any user or not. Like we need a user to check. To check, we need a user. Kada. So let me create a user. If there is no user, how to create a user? Who will tell me the syntax? Create user. Who knows the syntax? Become computers. Oh, become computers. SQL basics.
ABC.
Create username identified by
Password.
Password.
So I'll create a user called ABC. Create username. Now for example, who will create a user in the database? Who has the authority to create a user in the database?
DBS.
Obviously DBA. Sys. Only DBS can create the user. So we are the boss. We can create the user, we can destroy the user. So we are the boss. Okay. So DBA is creating a user. Create user ABC identified by ABC123.
ABC 1 2.
ABC123 like that. Okay. Oh, already there. User is there. Very good. So user is already there actually. So no problem. I'll try to see whether what is the password ABC by ABC123. Yeah, good. So we have the user. We have a user called ABC. Okay, we already have a user called ABC now.
ABC.
So we'll use that ABC user. So we already have a user, right? So we'll use that user and we'll see. So first thing, what we need to do as per the theory, first we have to configure the listener on the database side. So let's configure the listener on the database side. How do we configure a listener on the database side? There is a document which I have prepared, so you people don't have to worry about anything. Okay, just simply open the document. How to configure a listener on the database side? Go to Oracle Home Network Admin. What is our Oracle Home? Who will tell me? This no DB_1. This is our Oracle Home. Inside Oracle Home, go to Network Admin. CD Oracle Home Network Admin. If you go to Oracle Home Network Admin, here you have to configure the listener. How to configure a listener? Very simple. Just copy paste. You don't have to type anything because this is something which is complicated. So just do a copy from the document. Open vi listener.ora listener listener.ora. Go to insert mode and do a right click. It is pasted. Okay. Now what you have to do? You have to simply change the database name. That's it. What is your database name?
ABC.
SBI. SBI. Simply change the database name. And what is the server IP address? The server IP address is 192.168.1.90. Right. That's it. So this is how listener file will be. I'll explain you what will be there inside the listener. Inside the listener, Oracle Home will be registered. Your database will be registered. Your server IP address will be registered. And the port number will be registered. The port number of the listener is 1521 by default. Everyone repeat. What is the default port of listener?
1521.
1521.
Interview question.
1521.
Default port of a listener is 1521. Okay?
Okay.
Interview question. What is the default port of a listener? Interview question.
1521.
Okay, right. So these are the things that will be there in the listener, and your database is registered in the listener now.
Yes,
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So save it. Save it. Now, how to start a listener? Now, how to start a listener? Listener is ready, but it is not started. Who will start the listener? DBA has to start the listener. How to start a listener? The command to start a listener is lsnrctl start. What is lsnrctl? Listener control. Listener control.
Listener control. Start.
Done. How to stop a listener? lsnrctl stop. How to start a listener? lsnrctl
Start.
start. How to check the status of the listener?
Status.
Ante. Simple. Understand, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
Trish.
sir.
So we have
Yes, sir.
configured the listener and we have started the listener on the database side. So forget about database side now. Go to the user side, the client side. Now in the client side, what needs to be configured?
TNS.
DNS.
TNS. So let's go with the TNS. So where we have to go again, Oracle Home DBS only. What is our Oracle Home? 01?
/app.
Network admin.
Right. And now, what will be the TNS file? TNS file is vi TNS names.ora. That is a TNS file. TNS names.ora. Go to insert mode. Go here. Copy paste.
బ్రో ఇది లైవ్ లో కూడా ఇదే కాపీ పేస్ట్ మనం చేయాల్సింది.
Obviously. Ante.
ఓకే.
Okay. And the database name is SBI. SBI is your TNS name. TNS name. Okay. And this is SBI. And what else we have to change? Host name.
IP address.
IP address is 192.168.1.90. Save it. And the default port is
152.
now TNS is configured. Now how to check whether the TNS is working fine or not? How to check? Listener configure అయిపోయిన తర్వాత listener start చేసాం. How to start? lsnrctl start. Stop lsnrctl stop. Status lsnrctl status. అట్లనే TNS configure అయిపోయిన తర్వాత TNS work అవుతుందో లేదా? How do we check? We do a TNS ping. TNS name. What is the TNS name? SBI. Yeah, it is working fine. Now I'll open the TNS file once again and I'll show you what is there in the TNS files. TNS file consists of which database you want to connect. Okay, which database you want to connect. ఆ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ అంతా ఉంటుంది ఇక్కడ. అంటే ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఐ వాంట్ టు కనెక్ట్ టు SBI database. So if I give SBI అని ఇస్తే automatically it has to read everything and it has to connect. ఈ యూజర్ ఈ బ్లాక్ సెషన్ ఈ యూజర్ ఇండియాలో ఉన్నాడు, డేటాబేస్ ఏమో యుఎస్ లో ఉంది. డేటాబేస్ ఈజ్ ఇన్ యుఎస్, బట్ user is having the database information on which server, on which port this database is running. So that information is there with this user. So he saved that information in TNS file. So user don't have to worry about anything now. Simply user can connect. Now you see how user will connect to the database. Where is this user? This user is in India. Where is this database?
Yes.
In US. How user will connect to the database is SQL plus username by password ABC by ABC 123 at the rate which database that user want to connect?
SBI.
At the rate SBI. So when you give at the rate SBI, it will read all this information: description, address, protocol, host, which host it has to connect, and which port it has to connect, and for which database it has to connect. @SBI, enter. See, connected. Show user ABC. User is connected to the database, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Understand, everyone?
Yes.
Now, when this user is connecting to the database and giving this connection request is going to the database side, and this connection request is being listened by who?
Listener.
Obviously, listener. This connection request is going to the listener of the database, and this listener is able to listen to the connection request and establish the connection to the user. Understand?
Yes, bro.
Yes, Rishabh.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Now let's prove this part. Now, for example, if listener is not there on the database side, will user be able to connect to the database?
No.
Now, let's prove. LSNR CTL
Stop.
CTL stop. Let's stop the listener. Okay, listener is stopped. Now let's try to connect. The same connection. SQL plus ABC by username and password @SBI. See, what is the error?
No listener.
I keep on calling, I keep on calling you. You are not picking my call. Why? Because you are not available at the
There is
phone.
no receiver.
Understand?
Yes, yes.
Yes or no?
You are
Yes,
not
Rishabh.
available in front of the phone. See, I keep on trying. But what is the use? This fellow is not there to accept the incoming connection, to accept the incoming call. I am making a remote procedure call to the database, but this fellow is not there to accept the incoming call. Understand?
Yes, bro.
Yes, Rishabh.
Yes, sir.
No, people,
Yes or no?
Yes.
are you people able to understand? Dumb deaf, I am not able to actually hear your voice at all.
Able to understand, Trishan.
Yes, understood.
We are able to
Please
understand.
respond. If you people are able to understand, please respond.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's why this fellow is actually trying to do a remote procedure call to this database, but this fellow is not able to listen. Why? This fellow is not available. So what is the solution now? What user will do this error? What user will do? User will copy paste the error. And email to the DBA team, telling that, hey DBA, I'm trying to connect to the database, but I'm getting this error. Can you please check? Now what DBA has to do?
DB has to start.
Start the listener.
Simple. Start the listener.
Listener control start.
Now, once the DBA completed starting, so yeah, now the listener is ready. So what DBA did? DBA started the listener, and now what DBA will do? DBA will reply to the user email telling that, hey user, I have started the listener. Can you please check your connection now? Now user will check the connection. Now user is able to connect to the database. Yes, got it?
Yes,
Yes,
Got it.
Rishabh.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
In the same way with TNS also. TNS. For example, this fellow, instead of SBI, he or she missed yes and saved this file. And now user want to connect to the database. Listener is ready now. Listener is ready to accept the incoming connection. But one second. Did I save this? Where is this TNS names? 1 second. I did not save. 1 second. Let me remove the S. Let me remove the I or something, anything. WQ. Yeah. Done. Okay. Now this fellow is trying to connect, but it says, hey, listener is ready, but listener is not able to understand a database connect which database to connect listener is not able to understand. This connection request is going to the listener. Listener is ready to connect you, but you are trying to reach SBI. కానీ అక్కడ ఎస్బి అని ఉంది. నాకు టిఎన్ఎస్ లిజనర్ కి అయితే అర్థం కావట్లేదు. ఎస్బి అనే డేటాబేస్ లేదంటుంది. అది అర్థమైందా?
Yes sir.
Yes,
Yes sir.
So this time problem is from which side? Database side or client side?
client side.
Client side.
అయినా
Client
కానీ
side, sir.
even if it is from the client side also, these mad fellows, they don't go to the TNS file and they check. They simply copy paste their error. They are mad fellows ante మనం ఏం చేయలేం. Okay, so ante we cannot do anything as a DBA. We have to tell them ante. So they'll copy paste again. They'll say, hi DBA, I am getting this error. What DBA has to do? Now DBA has to dig into the issue and troubleshoot. Etla ante what you have to ask the question. What question DBA has to ask is, can you please tell me or reply me what is the connection string that you are using? What is the word?
Connection string.
Connection
String. Then what this guy will do is, this guy will copy paste and give you the connection. This is connection string. Now what we have to do, we have to identify that there is I లేదని చెప్పి మనమే ఐడెంటిఫై చేసి, ఆడి తప్పైనా కానీ మనమే ఐడెంటిఫై చేసి, hey you actually missed I, ఇక్కడ SBI అని పెట్టాలి అని చెప్పి you need to tell this guy. Okay, you need to tell this guy actually that I is missing here, so please go keep I, okay, and then try. That also we only should tell as a DBA. Nothing we can do. Okay, so now we can ask the user to try. Now user is able to try. Prove ainaya both. Both I have proved. I have proved on the both the sides. Database side I have proved.
Yes, sir.
Client side also I have proved.
Yes
Yes?
sir. Yes.
Everyone clear class?
Yes bro.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Okay, so on the database side, if listener is not there, connection will not go. On the TNS side, if wrong entry of the database is there, still the connection will not go. Only connection will, the RPC remote procedure call will be successful if the listener should be able to listen to the request and the TNS should be the correct TNS of the database. Then the connection will establish. Once the connection is established to the user, then user will do all select, insert, update, delete, adi stuff. Okay? Understood? Understood about Oracle networking?
Yes, sir.
Everyone?
Yes.
Yes sir.
How is the class? Clear or crystal clear?
Crystal clear, sir.
So now the Q&A session will be start. Thank you for your feedback. Okay. And Q&A, the question and answer session, it's 3:36, so 4 minutes time undi. If you people have any questions, start asking me the questions. Your time starts now.